got asked this question from a new friend I made recently. Do I believe in love at first sight? Love at first sight. um, when I always get so complicated when I give my feelings towards certain things. I'm always like over analytical. Maybe that's the Aquarius in me. Who knows? Nah, but I'm about to tell you about the Aquarius in me. But uh, do I believe in love at first sight? Yeah, but what I'll say from the perspective I believe, believe whatever you want, believe what helps you sleep at night, is that it's rare. It's definitely more rare than people make it out to be. Like, it's almost like it's, I don't know. And actually, some cases do end up happening like movies, like movie situations. For me, it was kind of, it wasn't really, if you wrote it into a movie, it would have been like a cute little like love connection that you seen kind of take place. And yeah, I definitely feel like uh does love at first sight exist? It does, you know. And I feel like, and I'm dumb too, right? Because what I didn't notice was I actually had this feeling when I ended up meeting this person. But I'm gonna get into the story right now. So the reason I do think it exists is because of this story. So it was 10th grade, and it's such a wild story because I like to give this sort of like this piece of information about my like love connection with this person, because it'll give you some sort of feeling to what was going on in the mind of her. Because when me and my friends had my own place, or my friends and I, she ended up coming there. I said, yo, like we reconnected, and she ended up coming there. And funny enough, she even said like we've dealt with each other for almost 4 years. We were in a relationship for almost 4 years. And what I like about what she said is that's true. We had our own personal relationship for like 4 years. We dated for damn near a year and some change. Maybe more, maybe more. There isn't more or less. It's probably more. And that had to be one of the best times of my life, hands down. But there's a couple things I'm going to talk about in another video of how part of it wasn't a trauma bond, but because of past trauma done to us, you can tell where our connection started to like not fall apart, because we will always still be connected, but it's in the sense that why we couldn't be together, and I'll get into that. But how we met was so interesting, right? I don't know if this was before, because this is what I mean, it was like a movie. So there's this guy, I'll call him Jay. So Jay, I'm Jarrell, but Jay, she said I always had something with a J name. That's crazy. That's funny. But Jay introduced me to my future girlfriend. I had no idea that this was going to be my future girlfriend. But it's actually funny because not a meme, but an Instagram post I just seen said, "Oh, I want to meet my soulmate like this." and it had the guy like walk past the girl walking with her man, and then she looked him up and down. Nah, let me. This is crazy about this story with Jay, and then my future girlfriend, which was his girlfriend at the time. When he introduced me, like, first of all, I didn't even know why he wanted to introduce me to his girl. But if anyone really remembers me in high school, I was kind of like that guy that everyone knew. Well, when I moved to my new high school, I was that guy that just, I don't know. That shit was a different story. But in my old high school, I was just kind of that cool guy that everybody knows. And that's literally how I was described to someone else's girlfriend. Yo, this guy is just the dude that everybody knows one way or another. He's just cool. But at my new high school, I don't know. But again, when I just another weird being introduced to a dude's girl. I don't know why. But when we met initially, I don't know. It was weird. It was almost literally like fate. Because I don't know if I shook her hand. I think I did. If you're watching this, I don't know if you wanted to hug me. I don't know really what it was. But I just shook her hand out of respect for him, and I barely even looked at her too. And from what I recall, she even, like, I'm pretty sure she kept her head down. I don't even know. But I used to see them walk everywhere together. But that's where I'm getting into the next part. Is like, yeah, so after that day, I even went to my friend, my bro. I got mixed up because he was a friend, but my bro, I went to my bro, and I was like, bro, that was the weirdest fucking situation ever. I don't know why he wanted to introduce me to his girl. But of course, knowing the shit I talk about on this channel, my life is a fucking movie anyways. Like, but the consciousness part, the spiritual part, I know exactly why I was being introduced to her. Because that, you knew, like, you can know by the stuff I talk about now. Of course it was meant to be. But after that, I think before, I used to see them walking everywhere together. And I don't know if she remembers, or not she, I don't know if I'm remembering what she told me properly, but she said ever. And you got to think, this isn't on like a non-loyal type of thing in a person. It's like, she told me their relationship was kind of toxic anyways. But and funny enough, it's almost like, oh, I can't even begin to like explain this like in the way, like, but I'm gonna just keep going. But she said, so like, what I mean is, she didn't mean this in like a disloyal way to him. It's like how it be sometimes, where you start, like, when something's toxic, you start looking down other avenues. I don't even blame a person for doing that. If, like, you're not someone who really messes with toxic shit in your life, you start looking for outs. But I wasn't an out for her. What she had that vibe, from what I told, like, from what she told me, is she had this vibe every time she seen me that it's like, that it's him. It's him. This is the dude. Like, it's him. And it's crazy because I don't know how she knew, but she felt it. Maybe we had a soul bond, soul tie, something. Like, most certainly. But that's, as I started to see her more, I got the same connection. It was so weird. I started seeing her everywhere. It was almost like I couldn't avoid her. Like walking down certain hallways, stuff like that. Like, she even being cool with some of the dudes that I was cool with. And funny enough is, like, her too. Everybody knew her as just like such a sweet little girl. And it was funny because even teachers were like, when they knew that she was my girlfriend at the time, when that shit went around the school, bruh, it was like, they were like, yeah, that was a pair that we seen that knew was gonna end up together. It just made sense. And it's just so weird, yo. It almost feels like I know, like, this makes it, like, even talking about this shit makes it feel like, yo, none of this really, like, my life really is not real. Like, this shit was not real. But um nonetheless, uh um I'm getting into the more of the love at first sight thing. We had this assembly at the, in the gymnasium, or like some little like thing where they set up these mini kiosks or whatever you call them, these mini tables. And and she was there, like one of the girls giving out like these papers, and she did it smooth. She came and gave me a paper knowing damn well I did not want a paper. And it's funny because of how I acted, and which is why I knew what true love was, because I don't even, like, she doesn't take me for being shy, not one bit, right? But something she said to me, I think, which I kind of rocked with in a girl, even yo, she's just so different, but she approached me many times, and that's how I knew. And I was still able to stay in a masculine frame, if that makes sense. Like, she knew what she wanted, and she got me. Like, it's crazy, because back then I was really, like, not even really fucking with people. Like, oh man, because I got a story about a teacher, and I think I'll tell it in the next one. Like, if you see me like this wearing the same thing, that is the follow-up to this. This something I'm going to reference from this video. But even had teachers wondering who I was dating. I thought that shit was so weird. But when I think back to that, like, really, I was deliberately trying to be polarizing in the school, bro. Like, seriously, like, I was seriously just being me. That was like the highest form of myself, because I already didn't agree with a lot of things that I started seeing in high school that still came true now. But yo, it was just insane. Like, I was kind of more of a, I think I was more, ooh, yeah, 100%. I was really, like, what perceived as a nice guy. I was cold as fuck. So I was surprised. But makes sense, because she ended up being just as cold. Like, I didn't really know, but it was awesome. But yeah, she like, what I'm basically trying to say is, like, I really stayed in my frame where I was like, man, I'm the badass lone wolf. Like, and she was approaching the wolf. Like, I was like, okay, she must be like like, I'm the lion and she's the lioness. I looked at my friends and I had this paper. I was like, why did she just give me this shit? And I think my bro was there too, but I can't remember. And I think someone said to me, bro, isn't it obvious that she likes you? Like, come on. Like, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't really care. Because that's what was so cool is, I realized so many people were trying to be in a relationship or trying to, do things and constantly search for love outside of themselves. But me, I was just content with myself. I swear, I felt so old when I was young. Like, I got called wise when I was like in fucking like fucking 8th or 7th grade. Right, a teacher that everybody loved. I'm gonna tell that story. But I felt like I was a 30-year-old in, was I 16, 15-year-old's body, bro. But yeah, so they said that, and I was like, okay, cool. If she likes me, well, we'll see. I'll let things rock. And that's another reason how I know letting go works, because I wasn't chasing anything. What basically I don't want to say wanted, like, as a want. Someone can manipulate the want, but what I wanted came to me. I've always said to my mom, I want that one girl that I could just grow up with through high school. It was never, not on the movie story TV shit, just that one girl that I could say, you were definitely it. And I got her, because I never had no fucking hoe phase. Actually, and you know what's funny is, the girl the like the friend I recently talked to that asked me, do I believe in love at first sight? Asked me, or said, or like we talked about a whole phase. I was like, nah, I never really had a whole phase, and she was, not everybody has a whole phase. Like, no, like, and it didn't bother me or upset me, but it's just like, yo, you're like so like, that's so like not ignorant, but it's like fucked up to the people who really don't be having whole phases, that just know what they want day one, and that was me. But whatever, you know, doesn't matter what you believe. Like, it doesn't matter what I believe. It's what you believe. But about myself, I never had a whole phase. And I can say that. I never had a whole phase. And everyone who knows me knows that. Because I put myself through like fucking Chris Brown levels of sadness, looking like a sad nibba. But truly it was crazy. So after the assembly, you know, if you're still here, after the assembly, I start heading to my study hall, and she's like, I don't know if she followed me, but yeah, I think she did. I was walking up the stairs, and I'm going there, and I get to like kind of outside the classroom, and I'm about to walk in, and like I think she's like bumping into me with her bag, and like just saying just random things to just talk to me, and keeps hitting me with her bag, and I'm like laughing. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't even know you. Like, I was saying, like, I was like, I don't. And yo, and I think she hopped on my back. See, this is what I love, because that's why I said it's like a movie. Like, she hopped on my back for a piggyback ride. And man, like, I can't even. She hopped on my back for a piggyback ride. And I'm like holding her outside the class, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. Did she leave? I can't remember if she really, or what she did. But she said, okay. Or I think she gave me her number too, and said like, text me later or some shit. I can't remember, right? But I go into class. I don't really remember if I texted first or not. I can't truly remember. But I walked into class, and like, it was a couple of them in there. I forgot their names. I remember one. He was the wrestling coach's son. He was a cool dude. He was a cool dude, but some beliefs had me scared about you, bro. But um, dude was like, who was that? Somebody else said, do you know her? Like, who was that? And I was like, I really don't know, man. And I just laughed and just sat there. And yo, and this is why I said it was like a movie. Yo, the teacher was giving me that Percy Jackson type look, bro. Like, I'm about to call you after class for this random girl following you, making like a scene in the hallway, and we're about to duke it out in the library, fucking transforming sword. We in there, like, I got the shield on, like fighting this because I don't think it was my original math teacher that was in there, because she I absolutely loved her. She loved me. She was a dope teacher. But yeah, she I think it was like a substitute or something in there, but she looked mad that happened. I was just like, bro, I couldn't control it. I wasn't gonna be like, get off me, little 4'11" girl. But yeah, and then the rest is really history. Like, we started talking on and off. But that's why I said I'm really stupid, because that was the feeling that monks talked about, or well, whoever the quote comes from, where when you know that is the one, like, and I think it can be different. So don't quote me on this. Don't quote these motherfuckers on it. It's what you believe, but you're really comfortable with the one that you meet. Like, it's a familiar energy. And that's kind of what it was. I don't want to be like weird about saying it was like if I had like, I have a sister. I have a half sister, but I barely, like, I don't know. She thinks I'm dead right now, but it was like that energy. It was like family. Like, this girl is family. It was like that. It was like, yo, like, why I feel so okay around you. Like, that is truly love at first sight. And that, where you're just comfortable with the person. They say if you ever get excited and about a person you first meet, you should run from it, because actually, like a trauma bond, kind of like a bad bond. And it's like you're thinking from, like, you know, maybe your sexual organs, your root and sacral chakra. But it's true, because I didn't get that with her. And she was fine. I swear to God, I had to watch, like, what some people would say about her, because some dudes would, like, try to be slick about what they said about her, like, and trying to still be cool with me. But, like, nah, she was so fine to me. And there's never a moment where I won't find her fine. Like, everything was about her, like, was beautiful. It was like, it was what radiated out of her. Like, you could feel her aura just as you could feel mine. Like, she just, like, wore it. But the part that you could feel, that a lot of people felt too, was the insecurities. But, you know, I'll talk about that in another video, why I think that, you know, we ended up eventually, like, having to grow part of it. We stayed connected forever. But that's actually the part I want to leave out on. I'll leave out on this, was that she was also why I said I got what I wanted. Was she literally said, someday, no matter where we are, we're gonna end up married. And yeah, and I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying this is some omen I'm connected to. I really don't know what she believed. Maybe she was just, you know, speaking at the time we were young. But the 4 years after that really resulted in, like, goddamn. But, you know, I'm pretty sure eventually she wanted to get away from me. You know, no one really wants to be that one who sticks. You want to go experience life. Maybe some people. Nah, there are stories. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm ignorant for saying that, because there are stories of people who have that one person. And I feel like we all have that one person. And for you to find more meaningful connections, you have to let go, like I did, and be in your own frame. Because I was in my own badass frame. I didn't care. And, like, even my bro always references it. He said, you need to get back to your high school self. And my high school self is true. I didn't give a fuck. I did not care. I absolutely did not care about nobody around me. I didn't give a fuck. My friends were mostly the teachers. And then my bros were like, you were close in my circle to me. But I didn't give a fuck about anybody in that high school. But yeah, as it should be. I don't give a fuck about too many people. I don't give a fuck about nobody in society but my own, like, people. But yeah. So does love the question, does love at first sight exist? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It does. It does. It definitely does. But it's because of what's brewing in two people. Love isn't some mysterious connection that's outside of ourselves. It's in us. And we put it out. It's almost like she picked up on a frequency that she knew. You know? And I have a lot of exes that tell me that I was a great teacher of something that was, like, off in them. I have had even some that say they feel bad, right? Maybe I have, like, one that hates me. Maybe. But for the most part, whatever I was looking for, when I say, like I have a lot of them that say, like, they're sorry that they couldn't be exactly what I wanted. And that's cool. No, you have to be yourself. I will get what I deserve. Because I know what I'm deserving. And you will too. So don't even worry about it. But, you know, I was kind of someone looking for more like, you know, long connection. I never liked quick shit. But yeah. See you guys in the next one. Does love you. I answered the question. I'll see you later.